Right guys, welcome back to another Cichlidscape video. Today we're going to be talking about how and why you still want to do water changes in your planted tanks. So let's go. So water changes in established aquariums are incredibly important to help decrease nitrate buildup, which is a byproduct of nitrite and ammonia when your aquarium filter is cycled. Nitrate buildup in tanks that don't have plants in is caused by uneaten fish food that's either in the substrate or in your filters, fish excretion, and any other organic waste that might be in that tank. I personally have noticed from when I kept African cichlids that in planted aquariums I have to do less maintenance and less water changes because the plants help this. In terms of the nitrate buildup, they actually eat and consume these nitrates and use it as a source of food for the growth. However, having said that, it can still build, and I've personally found that plants grow better and faster in fresher water whenever you're keeping up with your water change regime. Doing constant water changes on planted tanks also enables you to add aquarium fertilizers more often, which is a massive benefit to doing more water changes. In most of my planted aquariums, I do one every week to 10 days, and in my aquariums where I don't keep plants, I do one religiously every week, and even then I'm always testing the water just to see what's happening, especially in my African cichlid tanks and the South American cichlid tank that I've got now, because obviously I've not got plants to negate the nitrate buildup, and they definitely do help. The final reason why you want to do water changes in any aquarium is simply for the health of your fish. Over time, nitrates can build, and this can significantly impact the growth and health of your fish. So if you're always adding fresh new water to negate the growth or levels of that nitrate, then that's only going to be beneficial for the fish, which means they're going to be healthier, they're going to live longer, and you can enjoy them for a longer period of time. So now we've spoke about the benefits of water changes, let me show you how I do them in my planted tanks. So the first thing you want to do before starting your water change is turn off all the equipment in the tank, the filter, the heater, the wave maker, the surface skimmer, the bubbler, anything that you've got in that tank, turn it off. Next step is to scrub down the glass and the tank and any other rocks or surfaces that have any algae or hard water stains. In this specific aquarium, I don't really have any issues with algae or anything like that on any of the aquarium decor. The only thing I have an issue with right now, touch wood, let's hope that continues, is the hard water stains left from the water when it evaporates. As you can see, I've just got to go over this with a credit card or anything like that just to remove these, and then you're good to go. After that, it's time to take some of the water out of the tank. The reason why you did the previous steps before this was because any of the hard water stains or the algae or anything like that that you've brought off the glass and the rocks is now going to be free floating in the water, and you can then take that out during this water change, which is then going to limit the presence of it in your tank and also mean it's less likely to come back. Another thing that I also do during this phase of the maintenance is get close to the plants and the soil to pull up any detritus, uneaten food, fish poop, or anything else that might be bedded down in there. In aquariums that don't implement aqua soil and just use a generic sand or pea gravel, a hobbyist can easily just siphon this, which then enables them to get out further additional fish poop, detritus, organic waste. But in this instance, when you've got a densely planted tank, it's not really an option. Once the water in the tank is at a lower level, I now find this the opportune time to trim any plants, whether that's trimming the carpet of Monte Carlo in this tank or whether it's trimming some stems and replanting them. this is the time when I do this, as it's just easier to trim, you don't get your arms quite as drenched, and it's very easy to replant. The next stage in the process is then doing any filter maintenance that you might need to do. In this specific instance on this tank, I didn't need to do any because I'd done some the previous time I did a water change. But if you're using sponge filters, you can now clean those sponge filters, you can clean out the hang in the back. If you need to do any work on your canister, I would do this at this point. I would just make sure that during this time I'm a little bit hasty, just because I don't want to leave the fish and the tank without any flow. If you are worried about this, you could put an air stone in the tank just to keep the water circulating, and the fish would be completely fine for a little bit longer. If you do decide to clean your filter media during this time, make sure you just do it in the water that you've pulled out of the tank, so you don't disturb any of the beneficial bacteria that you've built up in there. After that, all you want to do is remove any of the plant trimmings that have come up to the top of the water column, and then dechlorinate. For dechlorination purposes, I use the Fritz ACCR, which requires 1/4 of a tablespoon per 10 gallons. Throw that straight in the bucket of water and then get filling it up. The only thing I make sure to match during this time is the temperature. This tank is held at around 78 degrees. I've got a thermometer in there that I check periodically throughout the fill process, just so I'm not shocking the fish with any massive fluctuations in water temperature. At this point, guys, you're pretty much done. All that's left to do is plug everything back in, get your filter running, get your heater running, get any other piece of equipment back working. In this instance, I just had to fix the surface skimmer as it was just swallowing air. After that, I always like to add a little bit of aquarium fertilizer. At this point, I'm using Aquarium Co-ops. There'll be a link to Aquarium Co-ops channel and website in the description if you want to pick up pretty much anything aquarium related in the US. At this stage, I also like to clean the aquarium's glass. I personally use this Fritz aquarium glass cleaner. If you use another product that's not specifically made for aquariums, just make sure that it's ammonia free and you should be good to go. So that's how and why you still want to do water changes in Planted Aquariums. If you've enjoyed this video, you've learned something, or if you just found some of the tips useful and something that you might implement in your weekly, monthly water change regime, make sure you leave a comment down below. Click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.